Okay, so everyone can see the screen. Okay, so for 8051 assembly language programming, keep in mind for microcontroller we can program the instructions, or we can write the instruction in two forms. One is assembly language programming and another one is the embedded C programming. So first we will move with the assembly language programming. So in assembly language programming, whenever we are writing the instruction, that instructions are written in the form of mnemonic. Okay, so all the instructions are nothing but mnemonic. Okay, and these mnemonics are transferred or provided to the microcontroller compiler first. Okay, for this what we can see, these all the mnemonics are first needs to be converted into the readable language by the 8051. That means that should be converted into the hex file. Okay. So these all mnemonics are in terms of or in the form of ASCII codes, which we are writing in the computer. Okay. So all these instructions are in ASCII codes. So first, what happens? The program editor converts that ASCII code into the object file by means of using assembler. So this ASCII code is converted into the object file and list file, or we can write it as LST file by the assembler of microcontroller. Okay, so assembler converts that ASCII code or that whatever the program which we are writing with the extension .asm. Always keep in mind for microcontroller the extension for assembly language programming is given as .asm or .s or .src. So it depends upon the compiler by which the instructions are given or by which the program is written. Okay, so first the ASCII code is converted into the object file and LST file by using assembler. Then there may be the number of object files. So all these object files are combined together or converted into one absolute file by using linker. So linker converts the total object files into a single file. It is called as absolute file. So this absolute file holds or has the combination of all the object files together. Okay. So it can make it as the absolute file. And after making that absolute file, that needs to be converted into the hex file because the microcontroller reads the hex language, or microcontroller needs to be provided with the instruction in the form of hex so that you can write that file into the microcontroller. Okay, so that absolute file needs to be converted into the hex file. So that will be done by OH program or OH programmer. So here, this OH program, what does it mean? It converts object to hex converter, or it is called as object to hex converter. So that object file is converted into hex file, and then that hex file is written or burnt in the memory of microcontroller. Okay, so everybody understood? So whenever we are giving the program, that program is in the form of ASCII language or ASCII file. Arya, it is autogening. So I don't think there may be any problem. Just ask those students to again rejoin by resetting the meet, or again by resetting the link. Okay, or just click on link again and they will auto gen. Okay. Okay, so we are towards the programming, microcontroller programming. So first, ASCII instructions or the program is converted into the object and LST file by assembler. then that object files are combined together by linker, and then that obsolete file or the complete object file is converted into the hex file by using object to hex converter, and that hex converter or that hex file is written in the microcontroller memory or burnt in the microcontroller memory. Okay, everybody understood it? Hello all. Everybody understood how the instructions are given? Am I audible now? Okay, so can we move further? Okay, so the instructions are given to the microcontroller by means of the ASCII language. Okay, that is converted into the hex by converting it to the object file and LST file. One more thing. This LST file, it is nothing but the complete instructions given or written in a format. Whatever the instructions which we are giving, it represents the same. But what is the necessity of this LST file? So when the programmer needs to make any modification or needs to check any bugs available into the instructions or into the program, that programmer cannot check into the hex file. So what the programmer needs to do? Programmer needs to check that instructions or that program in terms of mnemonic only. So the LST file holds the mnemonic, and that mnemonics can be accessed again by the programmer. Okay. Now we will move further towards the 8051 assembly language program. Okay, so for every instructions given in the 8051 has one mnemonic with the operand. So every instruction is having mnemonic, and the second one is operand. And this mnemonic and combination of this mnemonic and operand makes the complete instruction. So whenever we are giving the mnemonic, that mnemonic is first decoded by the microcontroller, and then if it is necessary to use the operands, then the operand is provided, whatever the operands provided in the mnemonic will be accessed. Okay, so this all the instructions goes through the two cycles. One is called as fetch cycle, and after fetching, the next will be the execute. Okay, so the first and then execution of the instruction, or we can write the execute that instruction. So in the fetching, here in the fetching, first the instruction is decoded. So the microcontroller understands what the programmer wants to do, or what the instruction tells the microcontroller to do by decoding that instruction. And after decoding, that instruction will get executed. So for every instruction or every cycle, it requires some sort of time, and that time is calculated by means of using t-states. So what is t-states and how these t-states are calculated, I have already told you. So every instruction is nothing but the combination of machine cycle. Okay, and this machine cycle is for just 1 minute all. What is the problem? Okay, so every instruction, it is nothing but the combination of machine cycle, and every machine cycle is maximum of 60 states. So for fetching, the microcontroller will require 60 states. Then for execution, if it depends upon the execution, how many cycles are required, that will be given. If it is only reading, again 60 states. If it is writing, again 60 states, and so on. So the combination of all machine cycles together makes the instruction cycle. Okay, so So instruction cycle, it is nothing but the addition or combination of all machine cycles together, which are required to execute a single instruction. Okay, everyone got it? So every Sushant and Ruturaj. Okay, so what is the problem, Siddharth? Siddharth? Siddharth, Arya, Utkarsha, already I have told that it is auto-joining. So it need not require to allow me. Okay. So here what you need to do, you may have the network problem or you may have the problem with Google Meet. So just reset the Google Meet and again click on link and rejoin it. Okay. Ask all the participants who are joining this and having some problems. There may be the problem of network or there may be the problem of Google Meet. Okay, so just ask them to reset and rejoin because it is auto joining. So I did not require to allow them. Okay, already they will get allowed. Okay, everyone is getting. And if the problem persists again, then ask them to reinstall Google Meet. Okay. Okay, so where were the instruction cycle? So instruction cycle, it is nothing but the combinations of all the machine cycles together. Okay. Now we will move towards the instruction set of microcontroller. So for microcontroller, here first we will see the overview, what are the addressing modes, and then we will move towards the different instruction groups. So all the instructions, more than 100 instructions are available in microcontroller. These are divided into different groups depending upon the operation. So some instructions are used to transfer the data either from register to register, register to memory, and so on. Some are used for processing that data. It means any arithmetical and logical operations. And again, some instructions are required to change the flow of program. Okay, so all these instructions are grouped into the different groups. So first we will see the different addressing modes and then we will move towards the instruction sets. Okay, or all the instructions. So in the data transfer addressing modes, the first mode is immediate mode. So what does it mean? Here the new data or the new value is provided either into the register or into the memory. Okay. So already in the programming, in the architecture what we have seen, so every microcontroller is having two memories. One is the data memory and another one is program memory. So whatever the program is available, that program is written into the program memory, and in data memory, what happens here? All the registers are present. Even we have seen the memory organization of data memory. So here in the data memory, starting from 00 to 7, from 00 onwards, there are 4 register banks, bank 0 to bank 3. So first one is bank 0, which holds 8 registers R0 to R7. Similarly, bank 1 is having 8 register, bank 2 is having 8 register, and bank 3 is also 8 register. So all these registers together holds the data. Okay, and that location is used as for registers. So more number of registers, 32 registers are available with the microcontroller to store the data for data transfer as well as for data processing. Okay. And again in the data memory also we have seen it has a scratch pad which is used as a memory. Okay, and where the data can be stored. So these while storing the data into the registers and into the scratch pad, if suppose the data is available in the register and we want to transfer it to the scratch pad or into the memory or vice versa, then that data is available itself into the microcontroller. But in some cases where we need to provide the new data or immediate data, then that data is called as immediate data. Okay, and in this immediate mode here, that data will get transferred into the either into the register or into the memory. Okay, so one example is given here. See, first instruction is move a comma hash 0. Always keep in mind every instruction or in the immediate addressing mode, the new data is first represented by hash and then the value is given. Okay, so here the first instruction, our first example is given as move a comma hash 0. So what does it mean? Here the new data or hash 0, it is the new data, and this new data needs to be transferred into the accumulator. Okay, so this hash 0 is the new data and that will get loaded into the accumulator. Okay, so this type of addressing mode is called as immediate addressing. Okay. Similarly, second example is given, move R4 comma 11H, where R4 it is the register. Okay, so and 11H it is the immediate value or new value. So to transfer that new value into the register R4, the instruction is move R4 comma hash 11H. Okay, everybody is understanding it? What happens in the immediate addressing mode? The new data is either transferred into the register or into the memory. Okay, again one more example is given, move B comma hash 11. So here one more thing is important. When we are representing the new value, that new value is given by hex. Okay, if it is written as hex, that means the whatever the data which we are loading into that register or into the memory, that value is the hex value. Okay, so if the H prefix is not written, then by default it is considered as the decimal value by the microcontroller. Okay, so here whenever we are giving the data, if we need to provide the immediate value, always represent that value with the hex symbol. Okay, so here if suppose the instruction is move B comma hash 11H, so if this is the value, then 11 it is considered as the decimal value, and the conversion of decimal into hex hex will be, what will be the value? That will be hash BH or 0BH. Okay, so depending upon that, here the microcontroller itself will convert that value into the hex value and will be loaded into the either register or into the memory. Okay, one more example, move DPTR comma hash 7521H. Okay, so here DPTR, it is nothing but the data pointer which holds 16-bit address. Okay, so the whatever the value which we are giving or providing to the into the DPTR needs to be 16-bit. So that is given by 7521H. Okay, so this is the example how the immediate value is transferred into either register or memory. Okay, everybody is understanding it? Okay, everybody understood the addressing mode, immediate addressing mode? Are there any queries? Okay, so for immediate addressing mode, keep in mind the new value is represented or first given by the prefix hash, then the new value, and that new value should be extended with either hex or decimal or binary, whatever it may be. So by default, we need to write that value or we need to provide the value in terms of hex. Okay, so if we are not given any such syntax, then the microcontroller will consider it as the decimal value and will convert it into the hex. Okay, so for 8-bit data transfer or 16-bit data transfer, here what happens, for if that register is having 8-bit value, the immediate value should be 8-bit. If it is 16-bit register, then the immediate value should be 16-bit. Okay, the next addressing mode is, this is not important. Next addressing mode is register addressing. Okay, so what is the meaning of register addressing? Here, either the source or the destination, any one will be the register. Okay, so here the data transfer will take place either from register to the memory or from memory to the register by means of using the register or considering the register. Okay, so here for such instructions, the registers are necessary. Okay, so one example is given here. See here, the first move R0 comma A. Now see here, we are not providing immediate value, so hash is not available here, or nor the value is available. Okay, so here in the first instruction, move R0 comma A, what happens? The accumulator contains whatever it may be, that accumulator contains will get transferred into the R0. Okay. Similarly, move A comma R7, here what happens? The register value R7, whatever the data which is available in that register, that will get transferred into the accumulator. Okay. Similarly, for addition, here the addition of accumulator and R4 will be done. Again, accumulator and R7 addition will be done, and the result will get stored into the R7, as we have said that accumulator holds the result of processing. Okay. So here the addition, for any addition or for any data transfer, the new value or immediate value is not present here, but the value is available in the register, and that is transferred into the accumulator. Okay. Okay. Now one more thing here. See here, move dptr comma hash 25f5h. This is the immediate addressing. Okay. So value in dptr is 25f5, and dptr, it is nothing but the combination of two 8-bit registers. One is dpl and dph. So directly whatever the value which is available in the dpl, that we can transfer into the R5 by using instruction move R5 comma dpl. Similarly, from the dph also the value can be transferred into R. Okay, so it is not R, it may be any R0 to R7. So here what is the value in dpl? dpl में value क्या असर है? The value F5 is available in DPL, and value 25 it is available in DPH. So without pointing the DPTR, directly we can point DPL and DPH, and we can make the data transfer. Okay. So in this addressing mode, here the register value from the register is transferred either into the register or into the memory. Okay. So here this direct data transfer takes place through the register. So no immediate value is available. Rishikesh, just ask Keval to check the internet or the network. Otherwise, then this recording will be provided later on, later also. Okay, that will be available in Moodle. Okay, so no issues. If he is having some problem, again just ask him to retry for joining. So this is the register addressing mode. The next one is direct addressing mode. So in this direct addressing mode, here the memory location is pointed directly by its address. Okay. So we have seen, we have for the data memory, we have the general purpose register, then bit addressable location, and after that the direct address scratch pad. So this scratch pad is having the different address for different locations. So if we want to load the data into that memory location or to access the data from that memory location, directly we can point the address of that memory location and can transfer the data either into the register, or the register data can be transferred into the memory. So it is called as direct addressing mode. Okay. So here every address is specified in the instruction. So see here one example is given, move a comma 70h. So here when we are representing it as 70h, it will be treated as the address. If it has the hash 78, then it will be the immediate value or new value. But if it is not given with hash, so it means whatever the value which is provided here, that value will be the address of the memory location. So from that memory location, whatever the contents are available, that contents will get transferred into the accumulator. Similarly, in the next instruction, we can see move R0, 40h here. So here what will happen? The address 40h, the contents from that address location will be transferred into the R0. Okay. Similarly, if you want to transfer the contents from memory location into the accumulator, here if we are writing it as move 56, h, so here what will happen? from the address location 56H, whatever the contents are available, that contents will get transferred into the accumulator, and so on. Okay, so everybody understood the direct addressing mode. We have seen immediate addressing mode, where the new value or immediate value is provided. Then register addressing mode. In the register addressing mode, here what happens? Using register, the data will get transferred either from register to register or from register to memory or vice versa. And third one is direct addressing mode, where the direct memory address location is provided and the data transfer will take place from that memory location into the register or from register to the memory location. Okay. Then the next one is register indirect. Okay. Everyone is understanding it? अरे जागे आहात का सगळे? Okay, so further we will move towards the register indirect addressing mode. Okay. Now in the direct addressing mode, what we have seen here, directly the address location of the memory is given in the instruction. Okay. In the indirect addressing mode, that address location is not specified directly, but it is given or provided by the pointer. Okay. So see here in this register indirect mode, here the source or the destination, any one is specified by the pointer, and that value is accessed through the pointer. Okay. So here just see, this is one example here. In the, one more thing, in this register indirect mode, the two registers R0 and R1 are treated or used as the pointers. Okay, so from pointers, the contents from that memory location is accessed and transferred into the memory. Okay, so this is one example given here. Move R0 comma hash 0x3c. So what happens here? The 3x3c, it is the hex value is provided into the R0, and when that R0 is returned by the @ symbol, here what does it mean? That R0 will treat as or work as the pointer. Okay, so first the 3c address location is initiated by R0 or pointed by R0, and the new value 3 or 03, it is transferred into that memory location which is pointed by R0. Okay, so the pointer will work here to transfer the data from register to the memory or from memory to the register. Okay, लक्षात आलं सर्वांच्या? So see here in this program or in this instruction 3c, it is the address location of memory. So that memory is initiated or pointed by register R0 by putting the value 3c into R0, and then this R0 will be treated as the pointer, and the immediate value is transferred to the 3c through pointer R0. Okay. Similarly, one more example is given using DPTR. So DPTR is pointing external memory location, and to transfer the contents into the external memory location or to access the contents from the external memory location, first we need to initiate DPTR. So in second example, the DPTR is pointed by the immediate value 9000H. That means the 9000 will be loaded into the data pointer. So the data pointer value will be 9000. Okay. Now this address location, from the address location 9000, whatever value which we need to access into the memory location, that is accessed into the accumulator or transferred into the accumulator by mentioning the data pointer as a pointer. Okay, so @ DPTR means here data pointer will work as the pointer. So for 8-bit data transfer, the two pointers are used, R0 and R1, and for 16-bit address or 16-bit what we can say, the address location, to point the 16-bit address location, the pointer used is data pointer. Okay, लक्षात आलं सर्वांच्या? Okay. The next one is register indexed mode. Okay, or it is called as indexed addressing. So in the indexed addressing, the source and the destination address is either sum of the base register and accumulator, or in simple words we can call the index mode is the mode which is used to access the external memory, or if suppose the database is available in the memory or the lookup table is available in the memory, to access the contents from the database or from the lookup table, the indexed addressing mode is used. Okay, and to access that location or to access that contains or lookup tables, here we have the data pointer to point the external memory location or the program counter for internal memory location. And if the lookup table is available and we want to access that lookup table, that will be accessed directly by using movec instruction. So movec, it is nothing but the indexed addressing mode instruction, where the accumulator contains will be nothing but the data pointer address location plus the previous accumulator contains. So it will point the new address. Okay. So here one example is given, data pointer with 4000H. So the value of data pointer is 4000, and previously accumulator contents are 5H. So here what will happen? The addition of this 4000 plus 5 will be done. So the addition will be 4005. And from that 4005 location, the contents, or from that address location, the contents will get transferred into the accumulator. Okay. So here, any lookup table or any database which is available in the program memory or data memory, that will be directly accessed into the accumulator without using any register or memory location. Okay. So it is called as indexed addressing mode. Okay. So for a sake of simplicity, always keep in mind index addressing mode is used for accessing the lookup tables or database which is available either in internal memory or external memory. Okay, everybody understood it? Rohan? Okay. So this is about the addressing modes of 8051. Okay. Now we will move further towards the instructions of microcontroller. So the first instruction group is the data transfer group. So all the instructions which are available in the microcontroller are grouped depending upon the operation. So first operation is transferring the content from either register to the memory, from register memory to the register, or immediate value into the register or memory. Okay, so it is called as data transfer. Okay, so the instructions which are available in this group are called as data transfer instructions. Okay. So we will see every instruction one by one in the data transfer group. So the first instruction, everyone please note down all the instructions, because these instructions are required for programming or for writing the different programs. Okay, so the first instruction in the data transfer group is move instruction, M-O-V. Okay. Move A, RN. Okay. So what is the meaning here? One more thing before these instructions, or starting with these instructions. See here, when we are writing these instructions, the first move A, RN, here the first is called as mnemonic, and the further one are called as the operand. Okay, so in this move instruction, in simple words, we can write here the instruction as move RD, RS, where RD is the destination register and RS is the source register. So here, how the data transfer will take place? The data transfer will take place from source register into the destination register. So how many registers are available? R0 to R7, these 8 registers from every bank. That means for 4 banks, these 8 registers are available. So these 32 registers with accumulator and B register. So there are 34 registers, and if you want to transfer the content from these 34 registers to one another, here the instructions are used as move RD, RS. So register to the destination register. So from right hand side towards the left hand side, the data transfer will take place. From RS, the contents will get transferred into the RD. Okay, in which the first instruction is move A, Rn, where destination register is accumulator, Rn and Rn is any register from R0 to R7. For example, if the instruction is move A, R1, so here what will happen? The contents which are available in R1, let's say, or we will take the example, previously the contents of accumulator are 00 and the contents of R1 are let's say 05H. These are the contents of R1. So after execution of move A, R1, what will happen? The contents which are available in R1 that will get transferred into the accumulator. So after execution, the new contents which are available in accumulator will be 05H, and in R1 the contents are 05H. So all the instructions or data transfer instructions which are available in microcontroller are copy paste instructions. Okay, so though the R1 contents are transferred into the accumulator, still R1 will hold the same data. Okay. Everybody understands it? येते का सर्वांच्या लक्षात? Okay, so this is the first instruction, move A, Rn. The next instruction is, please write all the instructions or take the notes for all the instructions. Okay, the next instruction is move A, direct. Or in simple words, we can write here it as move RD, direct. Okay. So here what will happen? Direct, it is nothing but the memory address location. In the direct addressing mode, we have seen that every memory address, we can access the contents from that memory location by pointing the address. So if you want to take the value from that memory location into the destination register directly, here we can use the instruction move RD, direct. So RD, it is nothing but the destination register, and direct, it is nothing but the memory address which is pointed directly. Okay, so this is the next instruction, and the example of this instruction, again we can write it here as move A, let's say the direct address as 7FH. 7FH. So here what will happen? 7F, it is nothing but the address location in the data memory, which will have, or we can write here as 7F memory address will have the contents 0 to 04H. Okay. Now, after execution of this instruction, what will happen? These 04H will get transferred into the accumulator. So the accumulator value will be 04H. Okay. After execution of the instruction, move A, 7FH. Okay. Everybody is getting it? Okay. Now the next is move third format is move RD, hash value, or we can write it as hash data. Okay. Which is this addressing mode? कोणता addressing mode आहे हा? Right, Arya, it is immediate addressing mode and it is represented by hash. So what does it mean? The immediate value will get transferred into the destination register. Okay. For example, if the instruction is move a comma hash 07h. Okay, so what does it mean? What is the meaning? The 07, that is the immediate value, will get transferred into the accumulator. Okay. So here, if the hash is not present, what does it mean? 07 will be treated as address, but as it is having hash symbol, it means the value is immediate value and that will get transferred into the accumulator. Okay, everybody is getting? Okay, now see here, if we see these instructions or data transfer instructions, okay, we can compare it with the addressing mode. So first one is register addressing move rd comma rs, then move rd comma direct, it is the direct addressing mode. Then third one which we have seen, move rd comma hash data. So what does it? It is the immediate addressing mode. Okay, everyone is getting it. Okay, now the next is you can write it as move rd comma @rn. Okay, so what is the meaning here? Which is the addressing mode? Right, Omkar, it is indirect addressing mode because it is represented by the symbol @rn. Now here the rn will be either r0 or that will be r1. Only these two registers are used as the pointers. Okay, so this rn will be either r0 or r1 and destination register rd will be either any registers r0 to r7 from every branch as well as the accumulator or B register. Okay, so here by this instruction, the memory location contains which are pointed, or the address of that memory location which is pointed by rn, that contains will get. No issue, Amar. Ask Arya to rejoin again. Okay. So here, from this memory location contains which are pointed by the rn register, or where rn is working as a pointer. So that memory location contains are transferred into the destination register. Okay. For example, here if we have written move a comma @r0, if this is the instruction. Okay, so previously what happens, we will take the previous case before execution. The r0 contents are, let's say, 3fh. Okay, and accumulator contents are 00h. So after execution of this instruction, what will happen? 3f, whatever available into this r0, this 3f will be treated as the memory location which is having some sort of data, let's say 78h. This is the data which is available at the memory location 3fh. So after execution of this instruction move a comma @r0, what will happen? Here the r0 will work as the pointer which is having the address 3f. Okay, so 3f, it is the memory location address and the contents at this 3f location are 78h. So these 78H will get transferred into the accumulator. Okay, everyone is getting it? So here what happens? The memory pointer is R0, which is having the address 3FH. By default, the register contains our data itself, but when we are representing it by add, then it will be treated as the pointer. So if the register contains our 3FH, what does it mean? It will point the memory location. Okay, and from that memory location, the contents will get transferred into the accumulator. Okay, everyone is getting it? Okay, then the next instructions are again index addressing mode instructions, but we will see it later on. Keep in mind, for data transfer instructions, कुठले instructions पाहिले? First, move RD, RS, then move RD, direct, then move RD, hash data, that means immediate value, then move RD, @RN. So where RN, it is the source register or source register pointer, and RD is the destination register. So the contents will get transferred into the destination register. Okay. Now here in place of RD, we can write accumulator or any register, and we can make the different instructions. For example, if we are writing it as move A, R1, what will happen? R1 contents are transferred into the accumulator. Similarly, if we are writing it as move R1, A, what will happen? Accumulator contents will get transferred into the R1. So here always data transfer takes place from right hand side towards the left hand side, or from source register to the destination register. Okay. Similarly, we can write more instructions as move R1, R2. So here what will happen? The contents of R2 is transferred into the R1 and so on. Okay. Everybody is getting it? Okay, so we'll stop today. The further instructions we will take into the next lecture. Okay, so what we have seen today, we have seen the different addressing modes of 8051. Okay, so there are 4 modes. First one is immediate addressing mode, then register addressing mode, direct addressing mode, register indirect addressing mode, and one more mode is register index addressing mode. So 5 addressing modes are available with microcontroller, and then we have moved further towards the different operation. Depending upon the operation, we have the different group of instructions, in which first instruction is data transfer group, where the data is getting transferred either from register to the memory, from memory to the register, or new value into the register or memory. Okay, so we have seen some instructions in the data transfer instruction group. The remaining instruction we will see in the next lecture. So today we will stop here.